everybody. Dave Nasty here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? We're going to have a good time today. We're going to learn the solo to Crazy Train and all the really nice lead embellishments that go along with it. This is part 2 to another video that we did that you can also tune into as well, of course, where we cover all the rhythm parts and all the main body of the song. So this is part 2. We're going to address the solo. We're in standard tuning. Let's go ahead and get started. So, of course, we have a fret tapping lick that leads us off, and I'm going to kind of go over the variations that I've seen. You know, this comes from a live version, I must say, from the tribute record that came out shortly after his passing. So this was the template for a lot of dudes that came along after him. So taking a look at this, we're going to start by tapping on the 14th fret. Let's dig into it. We're going to tap on the 14th fret with our second string with our index finger. Now what I'm going to do with my left hand, I have my index finger on 7 and I have my third finger on 10. Now we're going to start out by going just like this. Now if you notice, I'm pulling off and I'm going to this finger here, my third finger. I'm going to pull to my first finger and I'm going to land back down again. We want to be comfortable enough to go through this without a lot of tabbing. So let's take it together here. Let's grab your guitar. Let's do this, you and me, together. So we're going to tap on 14, pull the 10, pull the 7, and hammer back down again. Now what that does is it gives us this motion. Now look at how my thumb is placed to block the low strings. Now there's variation within this, but we're going to start within, with this one, I guess. We're going to go up to 15. And this is how we start off our solo. I've seen guys double tap it. And then move it out to 15. Right? All of it is very equal in its timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've also seen this one, and this is the one that I believe that he probably did, but I'm not too sure, to be honest, but I keep hearing it on the record, and I think this is the one that it is. So we have, notice the extra movement with that left hand. So, up for argument maybe which one to do, but it's all fun. They've all been used by all the great guitar players that have followed them afterwards, so I think it's all legal tender. We're just having a good time today and we're getting exposed to all the different ways to play it. So one thing I want to mention as we go through these songs, and what's really fantastic is we're learning all these great ways to solo. And what we also have for you in addition to this video, in that link that you see in that YouTube text box below, if you click on that, what you're going to get is you're going to get a coinciding ebook that is going to get you going with your soloing, and it addresses everything. We have all kinds of scales, and we talk about the modes, we talk about the usage of the pentatonic scale along with all these other kinds of scales, techniques, everything that you need are all right there, and it's free, and it's in that YouTube text box. It'll get you started with some soloing, and even for you advanced players, it's some great information. It'll sound like this. We're going to trill now on the 9th fret with our index finger from 12. We're going to pass with this distance as I'm trilling, right? I'll turn it on in a second. I'm going to slide my first finger to go 1 fret to the left. That's 8 and 11, and I'm going to keep it going, and I'm going to be on 7 and 10 as I do this. So that's all with one strike of the string. Let's get 1 on the middle note. What do you say? Or the middle one. 1. Bending on the 9th fret, 3rd string. I have a floating tremolo. It's like a kiss of death for me trying to do a bend like this slowly. I'm going to bend the 9th fret, 3rd string. I'm going to bring in my pinky to grab the 10th fret. I'm going to bend up on that 3rd string. So that gives us this in total. Leading into that, starting here. We're going to go up here now to the 17th fret on the high E string, and we're going to go 17, 16, 14, and bend on 17. You can rake into that to make that a little bit more interesting, where you kind of go, really it's just all left hand blocking, my pinky's exposing it. I can even maybe do it more of a right hand type of a raking motion and get it that way. Or we can do what else has been thrown in the mix before, where we do a little mini sweep arpeggio, where we go. I've seen that before. it goes by so fast, it's like a textured kind of a thing. Sounds more like a fancy rake to me than anything. But from there, you're going back up. 14, 16, 17 bend. Some of the greatest rock guitar ever, really. Oops, pop the string, but that's okay. Leading us into that, we're coming from this section. All of these bends taught me how to really kind of go for those big, what I call arena sounding bends that have reverb on them. They're really, you know, you go for it a little bit with them. You're muting so much so you can tear apart the guitar. I mean, this is where your emotion comes out of you. Your Marshall stack is cranked in. You got a Les Paul, right? So my thumb is blocking here. My first finger's coming over here. And really, I gotta say, you have to, if you're not familiar with them, double bend, all that stuff, let this be the path for you to learn how those things function. I mean, that's what we're doing this for anyways. It's cool to teach the song, but you know, through other people's songs, you learn yourself and you find yourself in them and you can see the things that are capable or you're capable of doing. So we finish here. The next lick, very slowly, I'm just gonna play it piece by piece. Starting with an up pick, I'm gonna hit 14, I'm gonna go to 17, I'm gonna pull off. I pick the pull off, so pick, I'll keep going. 17 on the second string, high E string. Going to 14. Two of these. So 14, 17, pull off, 17, 14, 17, 14, two 15 to 14s. I'm going to the G string now with my pinky, 17 to 14 with a pull off, down pick. That was 16 to 14. And that's your first lick to break off into pieces here. You can practice that. Bring in that. Way into that. That's 17 with my pinky. I'm bending 16 with my third finger. Now I'm going to go up with my hammering, picking 14, going to 16, 14 to 17. I start my trill. This is 14 and 17. Here's where we take deep breaths. We're going to pass up to 16 and 19. We're going 17 and 21. Notice I'm just muting the you-know-what out of the guitar with my right hand. I'm going back on 16 and 19. I'm going to go 15 and 14. Finish out. Then I'm going to bend on 17 on the second string and bring in my pinky. Kind of pick them, I guess, keep them going. That's pretty awesome. That's classic stuff. So to recap what we have here, and we're going to take it from our 14th fret on the high E string, we have this. And here it is up to speed. Okie dokie, so moving right along, we're gonna go a couple little double stop licks there. That's 16 right there with my third string, and on my B string, I'm pulling down with my third finger. Then I'm gonna pull down with my index finger, and I get on 14, of course, same double stops, third and second string. Kind of just sets me up after getting out of that. Here's our next lick. We're gonna start from the 14th fret with our index finger on the third string. I'm gonna pick this note, I'm gonna go to 16, I'm gonna pull off, pick the 14, and go to 16 there on the 5th string. So remember, we want to keep this easy, and everything that we do, we take it in pieces and in sections. I think that's the most important element when we're learning these solos. And so I'm going to take a second here and just kind of like, you know, give our brain a break. I think that's kind of important because we've done a lot already, and we've got a lot of really good stuff going on. All of which that if you were to, you know, set the goal, right? Guitar learning is goal setting. So if you just set your goal to get little pieces of this at a time, you're going to be good. You're going to be good, and you'll get through the whole thing. Of course, it's a lot to take on the whole video. In little sections of it like this, you'll be all right. So now coming from here, you know, I like to do the pull off. It's a little more true to Randy. If you want to get more Zakk Wylde, start with an upstroke, up, down, and it's all personal preference, you know. The next lick, we're in the home chord here. We've got 2 left. The next lick is this. So we start with our first finger on the 13th fret. I'm going to hammer on a pull off. I'm going to go out to 16. With 1 strike of the string, I get those notes. I'm going to go 16 to 14, little ender. Now we have the big final lick here at the end. I'm going to start. And like I said, I've taken this easy because you can do this. This is not difficult. We're going to start here, 14 to 16, hammer, 14 to 16, hammer, 14 to 16, hammer, slide. Grab that note with your middle finger. That's 17. You can practice even that. Going to 14. I'm going to pull off 1 strike of the string. Notice when I pull off, lift, lift, keep those down. Trill, 17 and 19. And I am out, and I am done. And we have done the whole solo, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna play the whole solo for you really slow, then we'll play it up to speed. I think we've gotten through all the parts, and I totally appreciate it. Please, everybody, you know, we really appreciate any comments that you could leave us. If there's other solos, too, in the future. So like the video, you know, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, tell your buddies, all that kind of stuff. Get on your social media, horse. We like that kind of stuff. But I'm going to play it slow. Maybe I'll say one more thing, and then I'll play it up to speed. So doing the whole thing slow really quick with 1 tapping example. All right, everybody, so that's the solo slow. I'll play it for you up to speed. Thank you so much. Appreciate you checking it out. And remember, as always with my videos, if I'm laughing at the next time around, I blew it and it's an edit. And I have no problem saying these things because I like to put myself on the spot and see if I get it in one shot. So let's see what happens. Epic guitar instruction.